Check 1 3. Good afternoon, good evening. I'm here. Your boy, your host, John Frost here. You're tuned into Hot Topic. Remember, as you log in, just go and share the live. Tonight we have an interesting show lineup for you all. When you come, don't leave. You don't want to miss a moment of it. As advertised, we'll be having with us today, man himself, Blvk H3ro, our hero. Stick and stay. Today's a good evening. If you want the kids to be motivated and inspired by someone who's going somewhere with a positive message, very influential, that intention to change the world, change the youth mind, the way they think, the way they behave. They'll be here with us live this evening. Stick and stay. Look like a kid that came and look at the sound. When I and I fast there, it's all about Hot Topic Sundays. Look to all locked in over there on Facebook, all who locked in over there on YouTube. Look to all who locked in over there on John Frost Cut. John Frost Cut, the Facebook page. Yeah, John Cut's big up over there in La Salle. 85A Avenue, La Flor. Not barber shop, cut above the rest. Get the smile on every youth's face. I mean, everyone's face. Come on, stick and stay. If you're just coming, if you're just tuning in, it's early. Remember, as you forward, and share the live with your friends, and your friends know that we're live. See, I'm sharing this thing with everyone so everyone can have an opportunity to hear and see what's going on. We're gonna get to know Blvk H3ro and where he's coming from. Right now he's on a journey. We wanna see where he's at in his journey and what to look forward to as he continues to travel and the part that he's treading right now. Look up to all my Montreal people. Look up to all my Toronto peeps. Look up to all the sound systems out there. Look up to all the artists, all the managers, all the promoters. Look up to myself. Look up to all who enjoy their Sunday evening. Look up to all who are relaxed and chill with them family, you know. Look up to all who give thanks to life. But as it might be out there right now, the virus and the bag of things that are going on, still give thanks to go say alive and well today. Look up to all my people over there in England. I see Enter checking in. Look up to all my Hype Zone family. Hustler, big up yourself, you know, General. Enter, big up yourself. Oh, that father metro up on the check-in. Big up yourself in the metro. So you reach back safe. People at the house not normal last night. You know, look at the sound. Alongside Judgment, alongside Cass, DJ Kaz, alongside Energy Squad. Energy Squad 10th anniversary. Big up to DJ Titus. Big up to DJ Up and Ground out to Ottawa. Yeah, Ottawa was good last night, people. Ottawa was like a little movie setting, you know. Nice little hall, nice little place. Nice vibes, nice people. Big up to all my Ottawa ladies. Ladies, you look good. Big up to the rude boy them in the last night them forward and represent. Come on, Ottawa know for party. Next time people want to see a thing around for Ottawa, no need to forward out. Ottawa was a vibes. Big up to all of the sound, I mean all of the sound them did well. It was nice vibes, nice sets. Everybody I hold them out. Big up myself for the judgment, my brother. Big up yourself, cuz. DJ cuz. Big up Energy Squad, same way. People not telling a lie still, you know. Not telling a lie. It was nice to, drive out the city last night and go into a different city, Montreal. I mean, Montreal has been under lockdown for a while. And you don't know the thing I go, we kind of do a one and two thing, one and two places, kind of allow 1-2 party, but it's not like normal. So over Ottawa, things is a little bit different. It was nice last night to be over there and actually feel, somewhat of what it's like to be in a normal party, so big up Ottawa, and big up Ottawa people them, big up for the support and the strength, big up for the love on the show. Like thunder sound last night, you understand? Always appreciate when the fans them forward out and show us some love. Me I say, sweet honey, big up yourself, welcome. People as they forward, just go and share the live. Hustler, big up yourself, the whole hype zone family, big up the whole hype zone, link. Father Yellow, big up the general himself, that big up Hustler, Extra, me I say Maestro, the whole crew. People, Keys, let's give them a little synopsis of what Ottawa look like. It was a nice venue. The venue was really big, but you don't know people. The people them limit the amount of people inside of places, so that everybody can party in them own comfortable space and things. So it was a huge venue, a good turnout, but the people them, had enough space for themselves. I think we have a clip of last night, so let me give you a preview of what happened last night over there in Ottawa.
Let me a jump on. Say she want give me king treatment, cause she feel kinky. Don't you go see a wife for road. We never feel like cheap, but she start. When you go up to your man, there's a bitch in the bed. Where do I see about your man? She said she know you're okay. We like them tell them. No confusion to the thing, you know. Them flow cell.
All right, people, there you have it. That's like a sneak peek of what Ottawa was like last night. If you want to check out more of that video, you could go over there and Little Thunder Sound. Go follow Little Thunder Sound on Facebook, Little Thunder Sound on Instagram. You could find that on Little Thunder Sound Facebook page. So I think I shared it on my page earlier today, so you could probably pick it up from there too. So I'm a big up for the ignorance. You don't know mad piece of juggling last night. As we say, all of the sound them represent and everyone went did well. Next time, people, when you see the event them put out, don't be only watching the video after the event. Make sure you're there to be a part of the event. Yo, hustler, behave yourself. I leave the girl alone. The girl have enough brains. So people, welcome to Hot Topic. You don't know it's all about, the interview show, your favorite Sunday evening interview show with your host, your boy John Frost. And today as promised, we have with us. As you all know, the show presented by Lock and Key Entertainment. Big up Mama Keys, the genius behind everything. You know me I say, big up yourself, Keys. Thanks for being there. Yeah, man. And today we have with us the man himself, goes by the name Black Hero. Black Hero. He will be here with us today to share his journey, his story, from where he's coming from to where he is now and where he's heading. He's a man of knowledge, a man of wisdom, a man with a great understanding with a lot of things. And I'm privileged and honored to have him with me today, because I like the people who can, at least leave the youths with all positivity, me I say, and make a great impact with them. So before I sit here and talk about the show this evening, I want to bring to you the man himself. He's here with us and he's ready to start telling us his story. When you say Hustler, next week I hear interview. So Keys, let's bring to the forefront Black Hero, the man himself, as promised, is here with us today. Hero, welcome,
Check,
my brother.
check. Yeah, I did, Jana.
Yo, my Diana, my friend. Yo, I just want to say, brother, it's an honor and a privilege to have you here with me. And I say I want to thank you on behalf of myself, Little Thunder Son, and Lock and Keep the Team for taking the time out. Because I know you're a busy man, and you always
Likewise,
do something
yeah.
with your fans. Them.
Yeah,
So,
they're on a camp right now, make some music, yeah. But
yeah, to
yeah,
see you take the
it's
time
more than
out.
it's more than
Yeah,
an honor for me and a privilege though, because mere
yeah,
fact that
man.
there's a lot of things happening in the world right now, and the mere fact we get to do this again, we get to see each other, if not in real presence, in real time. You see me? I really
Yeah,
appreciate this genre, you know what I mean? Like the
yeah, man.
culture more than ever needs stuff like this. So give thanks, big up Keys to
Respect.
you, see me? Because she's very persistent, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. For real. Yeah, man, and thanks for forwarding too, cause without you guys, I could not have the show. You understand? It doesn't like whatever my intentions are with this show, whatever I wanna do for the youth or whatever I wanna highlight and uplift wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you guys accepting, the call to be here
Sure.
with us. So I wanna thank you for that too still. So what go
Sure.
on? You say you're up on a camp for do some new music for the people then.
Yeah, a couple of my G them flying from UK and but just their greatest just to make some more music, you see me.
See,
And also take a little meds up from the yard, kind of just
yeah, man.
go somewhere else, create a different vibes. Yeah.
See. Yeah, man. So big up to the people them that are here from early. People just go and share the live. Black Hero is here, and we're gonna start. As we normally would do with everyone else, because we want to know the real Black Hero. So we want to know where were you born? Who raised you? Where were you raised? What was it like growing up in your community as a little youth? And
All
what are
right,
you,
straight. So
what were you known as then growing up as a youth?
straight. All right, so everybody wanna know I really tried from a community called Waterford, you see me, which is in Portmore. You know what I mean? This is not really like country or Kingston. It's kind of like this hybrid place where they create, them really just mix up from
Yeah,
dumpling, Parents are Christians, grew up with my mother and my father, and a younger sibling, you see me. And they're Christians, so, and not just regular Christians, it's like deacons and evangelists and sister and pastor and them thing, you see me? So, like,
well, deep.
you know what I mean? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with their church, you know what I mean? So it's like that kind of family. So but growing up in Waterford was a great experience because at the time when me I grew up, we did already have ones out there like Iowan from Portmore. We did
Yeah,
have we did have no like I think enough people forget so Warrior King come from Portmore side too, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
And we have Warrior King and then more the part of artists, but then at the time me I grew up Waterford, Cartel was coming out, you know what I mean? Like by the time you reach certain age. So it's like the experience of Jamaica was that is like it's just this balance of Portmore was that like the balance of like get culture music, I get a little of the streets, and then I'm still like you know what I mean. It just kind of make a kind of rounded individual, like a rounded person. You kind of just a pre life different.
See it.
Yeah, pre life like that's why I always wonder if that's why teachers so different. You see me because him lyrics cover such a universal set of people. Like it's this man, that man, the bike man, the taxi man, a Asian person, and everybody. You know what I mean? So that's how it kind of met me. As I mean, growing up in a Portmore still.
environment where you grew up around, like you're exposed to everything, you see every kind of people. When it comes to Portmore, everybody is in Portmore. From one
Yeah,
class to the next class. So you see
yeah.
as you say everything about everybody, the bike man, the taxi man, the back road, the go club, everything is there.
Everything
They
there is a
allow
way,
you
so it's like,
to experience everything, yeah.
mm,
So as you mentioned, your parents were Christian, so you were raised by your parents like mama and papa, like settings home. How was that like? Who raised you?
them solid. Yeah, man, two of them like grew up with both parents that, when we get older now we realize how powerful a statement that is because them work very hard to separate the black man and the black woman. So, a lot of parents, a lot of my brethren, them are single parents, you know what I
Yeah,
mean, growing up. My both of my parents, and once again, it kind of just balanced me out. Cause I get to see a man lead and go get the bread and be the breadwinner and, have a firm foot in my house and do stand up with even certain things coming. They done unruly, well unruly. So, for see him still put up a certain stance and get that energy there and then still have the love and kindness and nurturingness of my mother. You see me kind of give me the energy there inside. Like we know when to go to war, we know when for, love. So grew up with them. But it wasn't that when I grew them. I can't blame my parents. Them try. It was no rich thing or even a middle class thing. It was just like, you know, I come boy upon a poor background, but them just make it work, you see me? Them do everything to make it work. Them try and instill morals and instill discipline and instill a certain kind of freedom of thought. Like I always tell me, say don't follow my peers, use your own meds, use your own meds.
yeah,
Like my mother always tell me you're the head and not the tail. Like she always tell me that from for like 16 years straight every day before I go to
yeah,
school. You're the head and not the tail, you're above and you're not beneath and you're leading. I don't want to see you follow people and my father would always add a certain element of, just communication, conversation too. So a jovial man seeing me and that kind of
yeah,
vibe. So, cool too. So growing up with them and I have no complaints, man. That's the Christian thing at some time, when you're trying to become open minded and broaden your perspective and your purpose and your dreams, it can be
yeah,
a bit limiting. That was the only thing that's why, that just kind of leave.
yeah. There are certain things that I might pick up on when I'm doing my interviews, and because I know that they're important, I want to highlight them and elaborate on them a little more. So we're not putting down any person who was unfortunate to be raised by a single parent family, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you pointed out that it was like an honor and a privilege to know that you were raised by both parents. You had both
Mm-hmm.
parents to see to get a better balance. You had a father who was
Yeah.
there to be the father in your life, and then you had your mother who was there to be your mother. And you touch on that as being important. How
Mm-hmm.
important do you think that is in society, and what effect do you think the single parent home can have on the youths them and the future?
Well, I'm glad they said that because that's something me and my brethren them answer reasonable because he not even just me, I think greatest, he grew up around their mother and father down. Greatest, he grew up around their mother and father down. Around, like, them still close, like, so I even a couple of my brethren them to like have that kind of energy and family and then you don't as I said, when me younger, I thought that was the norm. If you get me, I
Mhm.
say, 'cause that's my world,
Yeah,
that's my experience. I expect everybody supposed to grow up with this. So it's really when we get older now and learn things about, just what them do to the black race and just life in general and figure out the history and notice that, oh, like 90% or 85%. I think at one point it was 95% of black families were separated, you see me? I just know you kind of see a little more shift about,
mm,
more families are trying to make it work. But at the time, when we make that revelation, I say, wow, important this is because what I notice is my brethren them were kind of either grow up with their mother or grow up with their father. Them, them just one way. Them either one way or one way.
yeah,
Like, if
yeah,
you have too much, feminine energy build up in a youth, it might make him just move a bit weird, a bit more outsider. And in the same
yeah,
way, if a youth is too like aggressive, become like either a bully in life or, there's just this ego or a chip or this, I just see the imbalance different for them because it's like them only get to see one side of the coin. They never really get to see the other. They
usually,
never really, enough of them grow with their mother. So them never really get to even be reprimanded at any point. Cause enough mother can't talk to them son. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like tell them what to do. That's why enough youth just out there in the streets are do. But if they never father, we can apply certain pressure. Cause me and my father never fight yet, but he make it very clear. Say yo, hey, me beat up in the youth. What they do
Yeah.
no foolishness, you know. So it just give you energy same way, you see me. Even if you want to
Oh,
go against that, you have to prepare for it,
yes.
you know. So what I notice otherwise from that too is like it leaves most of them with like a certain trauma, like something where them have to this either like deal with when they reach way later in life, or just never deal with at all. Like no, if you never get to talk to them father, them just either hate the person or them just hate to their mother never there they are. And these are just the
Yeah.
people who have both parents alive, because enough people never have a choice, you know, either one
Never
parent
have a
dies
choice.
or the
Yeah.
father died. But these are the ones that there's a choice, like the mother and father just don't link. Like you see me, and
Whatever.
one will even try to turn the youth against mind against the other and try to turn the mind against the other and just becomes a thing. And there's just so much to unpack because there's different situations, different experiences that this have a part to play. You know what I mean? In
Yes.
the music side of it, it's very deep because you know a woman will take a youth and use that as leverage instead of
Yeah.
out of love. You know, them little thing them I talk about.
And
You know
then
what I mean?
the
It's
thing is,
dangerous.
those cars hurt to the kids most time. Is the kids who end
It
up living
really
long
only
a
hurt
life,
them.
yeah, suffering in the long
It only
term
hurt
because of
them.
that, because of
You know what I mean?
parents sometimes just selfishness or
Mm-hmm.
vindictiveness, whichever it may be.
Can me
It's
never know how powerful what you
and
see around your family and environment have to do until me notice it. Oh, you know, so growing up, true me, me never see my mother and my father fight or argue or certain things. So that just stuck in me is like there's no woman from planet Earth who can tell us that me,
I go,
Irving, boxer or hitter or do nothing negative towards woman. You see me? Can me just see that example. My father used to take an umbrella and run down man or try to beat woman at the supermarket in front of people and them thing. Like, you know, them thing them see
hurt
him do.
you. Yeah.
So the balance of the man and the
Inside
woman
of
is
you is like
next
a
level.
man hurting a woman is just wrong because it's not something that you're accustomed to. And your father was also
Yeah.
to you that would never ever happen. You know that is
You see me?
forbidden because of your experience. And most of the things that you're referring to in our culture, that's Jamaica. Because when we talk about most of the kids are with single parents, which is female. Like you said, that most of them grew up with their mother. Yeah, that is a Jamaica experience. Most of the youth them were the single parents, and most of the mothers who have to grow the youth. So you say the youth them sometimes don't get that sense of somebody being in authority because most time the females are looked on and just as a mom, and mom always have a soft spot. So most of the youth them don't grow up knowing what it's like to be reprimanded by a man, as you would say, and it kind of stay in the mentality in a way.
They don't really know that there's consequence to your actions, repercussions. I them think there when you have a like that balance as I say you have, because remember the balance is there. You know, so even after your father, your parent, your father, your mother reprimand you, the other one is usually cool and nice. My
Nice,
father
nice.
usually like beat me. My father used to only beat me when I tell lies. He never used to beat me for nothing else. So when I
Yeah,
lie, he just beat me
yeah.
and I say, yo, one thing him hate is a lion. So anytime he used to come home from school late and say, so my dad do this, I say, lie, you tell. Beat me. He may come after, and my mother will come after buy me a soda and or something nice and say, so the
You
beating
feel
was really like just a beat the sake, I just say understand. So, them show me a meds outside of the beating too, you see me? So it's like
yeah.
as I say, there's just that thing there, bro, where that's why I strive so hard for it. That's why I have a youth right now. Like, I just want to make sure some of them have one stable kind of. I see the benefit, bro. I
You see
definitely
it,
see the benefit. I mean, it can't hurt the youth.
yeah, man. It's a good thing to have, man, and like parents should always strive for that. But you
Even
don't
if you
know if
don't like each other, you don't have to be married, you don't have to be together, but just make the youth sit down with the youth and make them know say, yo, all right, we're not gonna be as together as we want to be. But
yeah,
him I gotta have time
love
with
of
you,
your
me I gotta
parents.
have time
Balance.
with you, and
Still
a
I gotta have the
balance.
balance. Yeah,
Balance.
balance.
Cause when the youth get couple days with the father and then get to see, cause they absorb everything.
Yeah,
Cause I tell you say crazy the things that my mom is and say, how much things I absorb everything. Don't tell my father walk, how him laugh, how him I mean I say this not intentional. It's just like I see you're moderating me cool, like you know what I'm saying? I say, you know what I mean? So probably the
yeah.
stuck. So yeah, you have to be very careful where you do around the youth, isn't it?
Real man.
Them are like sponge.
So what was schooling like for you growing up? up to high school, which school did you attend?
Oh, so high school wise, there's a Excel some ago.
No, where you
Excel
started
high school.
from. Let's take it from, basic school up
Yeah, I
to
go way, way back. I don't even remember the basic school for
the
sure.
first school.
I mean, I don't remember. I
But
don't
like,
remember that. But primary school wise, I think it was a school in Portmore named Saltborough Primary.
football
Yeah,
primary, okay. See,
yeah.
see.
It's just basically up the road from. Cause a crazy thing, like I end up go school close to like Carter mother house. Cause me used to drop clothes. My
Yeah.
mother used to sew for my mother, so me used to have to just ride past her. So me usually just drop it off on my way to school.
Yeah.
When I done come back from school, just go back. So it's like yeah, we Saltborough. Me there go away that man alive. Me there start primary school still, like
Mm-hmm.
straight
Yeah.
A and just I kill them man. Me not get ready like number. I always either in the top three in high school. Is me like every year or something like. But they
But
go
yeah,
hard.
see,
But then we reach high school now. I don't know. I just never want to do that again. It's like in my mind, man. I say, so I better just go and do that. Like my purposely, I try to get a C and them thing. They like,
oh
like
yeah.
yeah, because when we reach high school, me learn something where as much as we get older, I realize that I just pick it up unintentionally. It wasn't really the school knowledge where really I got prepared for life. It was really communication with people and networking. You know what I mean? But they kind of know that from a younger age, even though I never know that man. So I used to skull class just to go back. At Excel said they have a college. So I used to skull the high school just to go over the college people. Because man say, yo, them people are older than me. But most I got learn from them.
From them.
While me I go high school and it worked. Like, I mean? Me never, my school every class, like, when I go in and I get F, I get 100 or D merit. I'm still pass every subject. Everybody was like, yo, shocked. Like, it's even like, most you set for fail. Because, them not see me in class, come always over the college. Always over the college. I eat college food. So, I not eat little picnic food. I eat
Yeah.
college food. I talk to college girl. You know, it kind of just grew on my mid. So, when we reach high school, I realized, oh, I don't really need to prove a point until exam day. So, I'm just going to see it out. And every test me get, I'm just do enough for pass, do enough for pass, do enough for pass. But when the exam them come now,
Yeah.
yeah, we just go in, you know what I mean? Yeah, so me never want to be an honor student or no prefect or come realize say them people that did lame at school. And then people go up on the bus when you go home and everybody say, yo, me hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that
It's
was
not
me.
it's not the
Mm.
first that I'm hearing, especially conscious artists, say that, yo, like I think as long as they get the basic education, they think they start to get a feel of like, yo, I don't need that extra education that they teach me where it gets to. I don't want to say what's going on there, Lucky. Let's see. Let's see what's going on there, people. Let's see. Okay, Hero is back, so I think we should be fine. Yeah.
What
Can you
happened
hear me?
is that the Bluetooth speaker turned on, so it switched the headphone to the
Okay.
speaker. So sorry about that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
We're good. So I'm saying like it's not the first I'm hearing, a kind of tone like that from a especially conscious artist saying that. I just never feel like school was my thing in a sense. To put it in a shorter term.
It wasn't my
That they
thing,
had
like.
they had a different vibration. Like what I need to learn is the realness. You understand the roots of things, how people are, what affect people, how people react, how people behave.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not strange that I'm hearing that from a person like you. But at the same time, you're very knowledgeable where you end up even still being, still excelling in school without even putting in all your 110%.
Shit. Yeah, that was that. Cause all right, it's like after a while, the communication I start have with older people was so much that me never at one point me never have no friend in my age bracket. So when
Yeah,
me I did like 15, me I talk to people at 30. Now reads with people who are much, 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 much older than me. So it's like me I get accelerated, you know,
yeah.
learning. So it's like I'm used to
Like,
always just and them thing that teach me little different things. Like me used to always borrow like the I join every sports at school. Cause
Mm-hmm.
the sports people them popular. When you're popular, you get different information, you get different knowledge, you get different access, you get a
Different.
different thing.
Yeah.
So it's like now when me I look back, me realize say me there do the exact thing we're supposed to do at a school experiment. 'Cause a school is an experiment. It's like for you get a preliminary look at what society looks like, who is what, who is where, the hot girl them, the sports people,
Yeah.
and the same way how the fame and celebrity status act in real life, the same way it stay at school. Who more
Yeah.
popular than the tracksman and the football man and
It's
them and
true.
on their school?
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who more popular than the youth always a DJ and
A
everybody have to join
DJ.
the school artists? Who more,
Yeah.
I mean? It's like them thing there. And my school with the luck we have Courtney Wash, my school they have Miss Lou, my school they have like they must have cultural people. So I always I get visit by people that's different and I always talk to them man. So me
Yeah.
use school as my way for this, as I say, learn subconsciously, 'cause I wasn't conscious at the time, like how we are doing now. Subconsciously, it's like me there learn more than what the school did I teach me. You see me?
Yeah. Teacher.
You
Yeah.
see me?
You like get
Yeah.
real knowledge from
Real
experience.
knowledge.
From experience,
Real
because it was
experience.
older people who you were gaining your knowledge from.
Yeah, and if you not tell the youth them that before them go to school, say this is the perfect opportunity for you try and fail. Try start a business at school. Try start um a career. Try build a brand from there. Try
From
that. That's
school.
what I really rate when my boy do with him son like a thunder when they go to school now when them a keep school party. I am for DJ. Him a the school DJ. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I rate them little thing they like. So it's like a Silver Link, Little Links youth, that little young DJ youth. Them
Yeah,
rate
man.
him. Cause
Little links
me
to you
like
from
them
people.
little thing there, yeah. Yeah, me like them little thing there. Like
You
when
know,
they put the youths in that position there.
you just said starting to learn. I mean, trying something from school, trying a business, trying anything. Like you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
school is a good place to start. You know, one of the things that feel most of us, or where most of us feel is because we have a fear of failing. You just said that you should start try from early so you can start feel from early so you can learn that, you can feel and you can
Exactly.
try again. But
Cause
most
when you're
people
a youth, you don't
try
know
to
say I
teach
fail, you
people.
fail.
Yeah, most of our parents teach us we're not supposed to fail. Like failure is like, yo, and no, no. So a lot of people don't even try because they don't want to fail.
Them don't
But you
want to
just
fail,
find
exactly.
out that, yo, you're supposed to try so you can fail from early so you can learn to try again.
Alright, I know why how I'm gonna get to the idea that I'm gonna show you the real reason. Once when a skate park just built up close to where I live in the east side of Jamaica, it's
Mm.
like me afraid for skate. I mean I see youth with a 3-year-old, 4-year-old skate, and then my ask look you, yo, how you overcome the skating thing? And it's like the man say, you have to just do it. And then when him say that, man, I say, so I say, you're not fear that, man. Say, after I do it, I don't know. Like, it's like you basically say one name fear. So it's like when you start building a business from school, starting networking from school, you don't even know, say you fail. Even when you hear no, you will
Yeah.
think it's just a next opportunity for do it again. Like when you're a youth, you know, really fully digest certain things like racism, man, failure and fear and doubt that start setting kind of almost at the end of high school, mid to the end of high school. So if you
Yeah.
start more of the youth them start businesses from primary school, basic school, like try sell some sweetie, try brand yourself, try be young and creative and fresh. So by the time you reach 20, you don't even have fear built in your system. That's why I look on the youth them
Yes.
where probably never get a chance to go to school, but them a hustle from them at 10 and 12. Not for them right now have them rich, them well off.
You always I try.
Yeah, because them always are trying to never in a society or institution and tell them about how to feel. What is
Mm.
failure, what is a loss. They never
Yeah.
know about that, they must have try. So yeah. That's what me that tell my youth right away. Say school is a good place to experiment.
Yeah, man.
Pass your class them but it's a good place to learn and know because everybody in my school right now and somebody in society who can ask to do something for me in a life. Whether it's tax office, police, soldier, it end up be a network where you know anyways. So let's
Yes.
do it.
Do
Mm-hmm.
it. Big. But that's such, that was such a good point, and I'm glad we elaborate on it a bit. So let's get back to the the realness of the interview now. And, tell us now. You know, you say you grew up over there in Waterford, you understand? Tell us how and when did you get interested in music? You born and grew up around, you know, a lot of greats, but when and how did you get interested in music? When did you choose music or
All
family
right.
that choose it?
So when we really get interested in the music now, Jenna, everybody are listening. Just like every other youth in Jamaica, really, 90% of we are church. So me did have a first class experience at church. Me there on the rostrum, me there, the behind the scenes of the church, you see me? So it's
Uh-huh.
like the only way my parents would have get me to stay focused at church
Yeah,
was to
it's
put me
true.
in front of the drum. I mean, they fall in love with the drum from me like 3, 4 year old. I remember vividly, so my seat at the front of the church was always reserved. Cause me, I go watch a drum, I go sit
Yes.
down and I go. That was always when my parents said, "Mr. You should just sit down right there." So when I start play the drum now, I feel like that kind of just start saving on my hard drive, and on my brain hard drive. Then I did
Mm-hmm.
start sing as youth choir that save. All them things
Yes.
they save, I never there pay attention to, but them thing there was the seed, and then
Yes.
where we reach now are just watering and growing over time. You
Over
know, so the
time.
seed plant from
Very
church, to
seed.
be honest. And my mother was on the choir, my mother can sing. So I really feel like she may get the voice from. You
Right.
see me? My mother was the one who gave me a CD with Lionel Richie, Nina Simone, Michael Jackson, Akon, Sam Cooke, um, just great singers and musicians. And the CD ended up scratch up on only one artist alone that played on it, Michael Jackson. And I said Michael Jackson become my favorite artist. And I said, you know what I mean? It's just a weird series of things that over time, as myself, I look back and I said, oh,
Come
my journey in music was almost like it destined. Because everywhere I turn, I'm surrounded by it. It there around me. Something that happen. And then it's like when I get realization, it just everything just activate one time. The
one time.
singing, the tempo and the rhythm from learning how to play a drum. My timing is insane. I just need to hear the beat, the rhythm one time. And
Yeah.
maybe just
Yeah.
have the timing and I'm a brain car from the drumming and then the little
Yes.
singing from church and the sports, the working out from sports, I have a athletic fit, I have a crazy metabolism, like I'm fit on stage. Like it's just like yo, man, I know it's like God just did that build me for this, bro. Like man, I have no other explanation. Just
You were
you
banking so in your subconscious, all that you were doing, all that you were surrounded by was just being banked inside of you. That's it.
yeah,
They have a saying that you cannot unlearn anything. Everything that you have experienced is inside of you somewhere. It's just that everybody can't really harvest everything that them have inside of them, but it's there. So you
yeah.
were banking all of this, not even knowing where it was bringing
Not
you to.
knowing, you get me? That man say man is like something I save in the hard drive, man. So it's like that's me I show you a real serious vibe. You know what I mean? No joke. The first stage me ever perform on, I'm mash it up.
Yeah,
And everybody used to call me JR back then. That was my name, JR. You know what I mean? That was my artist name, JR. And when I come out of this world, the people always used to say, "Oh, you can perform." So
because
once
you had
again, probably standing in front of the church audience
church.
all the time, save and a muscle memory, like, "Oh, this feel natural," you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
I must feel like I just really start. I really from the church. I don't know, so Jamaican church different from regular, like even American churches. Our church music mixed with reggae and dancehall too, and
Yeah, there's a vibe.
calypso, and
The
so
music,
it
the vibe.
broaden your brain. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Mm.
And boy, the church is just a real foundation in a Jamaica. It grew a lot of people in so much ways, brother. And as you said,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned when you start, a lot of artists, that's where they're coming from. That's where they
Yeah,
realize
that's
they
where
had
them come from.
this feel for music, inside of the church,
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica. So whilst all of that are going on in the church, and you end up, you're fascinated by the drum. But who were the people who inspire you as artists? Who was your icon? Was there anybody in the
I tell
business
you,
that you
man, Michael Jackson, man, only
well
one.
yeah,
Only one. Now, growing and like I've discovered reggae and dancehall
yeah.
way after my turn like 16, 17, 18, them time there. So the
Oh,
inspiration for music was solely driven at that time by that little CD them tell some my mother give me, man. So
and
everybody on
Michael
my ear
Jackson
on that was my favorite, and the Michael Jackson was the only one left. The CD
left.
scratch up.
Let's stand out.
But
Yeah.
every single Michael Jackson song plays straight through. No scratch. So it's like that is something totally different to me. Imagine you get up every day as a youth and listen to one artist.
So you know subconsciously you just say, I'm just listen to some music. That's the only device me have can play music down.
Right.
So him really, cause when you check out him video, them how him live, how him do him thing, who have the most unique videos. In one of the videos, them the man I try to turn back time with music. I try to stop all the injustice, the wars. I have a song named Man in the Mirror. My top, no matter if you're black or white. I don't even care about the person. I just zone
Yeah.
in on the
Yeah. You're
message.
talking about the message in the
Like the
music.
man message was immaculate. In one of them song them talk about Africa and where the youth them come from if them really made the song. You know what I mean? So you can't even put him on just a pop girl singing song level. I have song for
Yeah, bro.
everything. So that
Yeah,
me
bro.
just rate him and then immediately after that I don't know so the whalers them, you see me? Can't pick out any one of them, all of them. Every one of them want to be peace, every one of them want to be a madman like Peter Tosh. If you try around with me and my family, we deal with that, how it for deal with. Bunny Wailer to me was the James Bond of the three.
Yeah.
Multiversal, versatile, universal. Man talk like James Bond. You know? You know what I mean? And then Bob now was just the man was afraid for talking mind. Him interview them do more to me than even in music. To see a man so bold for say, who you call riches, you know? Riches for me is life. And this is a man with millions, you know? And it mean when him say like right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, them two influenced the Wailers and Michael Jackson for sure.
I've
Shit,
been
man, isn't
listening.
it?
I've been doing this for a while now, and I've been listening to a lot of interviews over my years, but I never really hear anybody say it like that still. And and
Yeah,
and,
man.
and you really meds it, and because you can, you just you mention it and then you elaborate on it. That means it's not even just like you say, yo, the wheelers, but you really meds it and you meds
Yeah, man,
each
really.
character in the group.
Oh. When I tell you, when I start meds it now, I'm glad to know where them interview. So I'm roll with Bonnie Wheeler that one time, the bro go New York and just dare on him.
Yes.
And that make me start realizing, oh, but the reason why we need exist in the music. And see the tree, man, they will chop down the tree. See, if I see tree lion them, and
Bro,
then zone in pan them story, zone in pan everybody's story, man. I say, wow, it's like destiny, like, wow. You see me?
you know, you know that there are a lot of artists that wish they could have even meet Bunny Wailer, and you actually was with the man. How does it feel to grow up idolizing these people? Rest in
Hmm.
peace. We have passed away, but how did it feel to actually trod earth with one of the person who you grew up
And
idolizing as
what's
a
crazy, the week, 1 week before Lee Scratch Perry died, I was supposed to do a music video with him, with me, him, and Wayne J. And because I had to do the Maroon song, I had to make
yeah,
a choice. But I chose the Maroon, thinking I could do the Lee Scratch Perry thing next time, and he passed. So that would have been our next energy too. But
right,
how I feel about meeting him, like he's the reason why when you see me how me is right now, I'm so open. Like remember I said artists think we have an era mystery, you know. Most of the artists them in our space mysterious, you can't just see them on a live. You can't
yeah,
just talk to them and
true,
but when I meet Bonnie Wailer, I realize that because I wasn't being discouraged, but I was always looking and seeing because me meet people personally where them do wicked things, corrupted things, and they make it same way. And I'm like, yo, shit, I wonder if I that run music. When I
yeah,
meet Bonnie Wailer, I say, no, this run music. Like, I can just still be me and be real. I'm not to sell out nothing. I'm not to do nothing I'm not like. I'm still can have 3 Grammys in my glass case and 6 keys to the skitties and how much in house and how much in money. And I've seen it all around him. I've seen 50,000 cameras in my face in New York. I would go out with him, and it was just magical. Like whenever magical, it just magical. Like it just magical. Like
so
I can't explain it to you.
you're saying that, like, as much as being a certain way, being outrageous, being brawling, being
This
being
hype thing where
silly,
we have to come with and we have to
being hype,
standoffish and
all of
it,
those
it,
things.
it
You're
worked too,
saying
but
that you're saying that being real and being humble can give you actually more than all of that.
all of that because as I said, I always emphasize this in every interview. So the respect of my have, Jenna,
Yeah,
is not $1 billion, not a million. I might not have a Audi Q8 or a Ferrari, but the respect across the board from a Bunny Wailer to even 5 star tell you them. It's so real, me that have to sit back and say, wouldn't trade that career for nothing else. Like, wouldn't for nobody else one. Like,
yeah.
nobody can take up them phone and call the people me can call right now.
Like
I
right now, you're
have
just
real
comfortable.
reasoning.
You're just
You see
comfortable with
me?
the way you are and how you do it, what you do.
Yeah, because it worked for me. That worked for me. Me sing a song, it not easy, but where I go through, me just sing about where I go through. And that reach further than any song I want. When me there plan for the international and I plan for do this and that. Being myself, it work out the best. Go up on my life, them I have an honest reasoning. I have more people in the life than when me I play music. So I just
Mhm.
start say, all right, man, just and when I meet Bunny, I say, yo, it's just him. When him speak in mind, whether you like it or not, it's gonna be true,
Yeah,
to him and to him experience. And as I say, I've seen it though. I've seen the man do one dub session already and get more money than you can count. You know what I mean? I've seen Gammons and then I've seen him go New York and he's a legend. Him sell out Madison Square Garden before my born and like
we,
I'm still
yes,
you're still gonna get it if you're real. It's just
and
there's a
I like,
quote I say one time I say like it might take a little more time because we're
right,
not cutting any corners. We're not
right,
fighting anybody. And that is him in living example of that, you know?
yes,
Yeah. To me, the
I
way of the man explained it to me like the way him never want even go against Bob, him delay him career. He never want to put out an album the same time, him stay
with
and
Bob,
study the rap. And me feel like to my core, me practice that delay gratification thing. When I see certain people, like certain artists coming on, I say, all right, yo, it's for them time. I need to just
wait first.
wait
Yeah,
my time and just humble, not try to run up. So when everybody know and say my time, I'm just gonna go for it. You see me?
right.
Yeah, so that's about that. Sorry if they go off.
I like no man. I like when we highlight these things, man, because they're very important. You understand? Because
Mm-hmm.
these are the things that sometimes are hidden, and these are the things that we want the youth nowadays to really realize that you still can be real. Because sorry, when you look at it, sorry about that. When you look at it, a lot of those artists out there who are, as you say, Bunny can sit down and cut some dub plate and collect maybe millions for a day. These are the artists that are doing that are the artists who are more real. When you think about even for Bob Marley bloodline, like when you think about Carl and Junior Gang and them people for dub plate, may I say it's a whole different story. May I say you have to have your money. Because these are the people who do the realness, the real music nowadays. May I say when you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about calling a chronics for a dub plate, you're talking about real money. So at the end of the day, the realness really stand out and have a longer longevity than the little things that we
Mm-hmm.
did as a
No
artist.
matter what Sizzler release for the rest of his life, he's getting those dubs from back then forever. Because when you hear it, it's so real, isn't it? So yeah,
Yeah.
I just really miss my dep and Bunny when I cement that for me, really.
But how did you get that connect with money though?
At the time, well, not at the time, I was dating him. I am dating his manager's daughter. That was what was happening
Okay,
at that
see,
time. You know
see.
what I mean? Which just happens to be Sugar Miner's daughter as well. So that
Yeah.
was that's a mystical connection again,
It's like
So
the universe drive you to the people who you need to get through in a sense. So,
yeah,
as
man, and
your
it wasn't
partner, your
purposeful. Cause
partner,
when I met her, I didn't know she was
she
like
was,
anybody's
yeah,
daughter. Just with the school,
yeah, man.
and
See,
fast forward now, it just become end up want to be one of the most pivotal connections in my life.
right. So how did the musical career started now?
All right, 2016. Can never forget the day. Up before that point, I was an underground youth with nice. We have a song named Herb, and every at the time they roll them time the leader they roll with me, and we'd have a whole little clique. I was cool. I was part. All of the young artists, I was good. I was lit.
Mhm. Yeah.
2016 now, cause everybody have a different moment when, cause you have a crew of youths in the group, and then everybody go off on them own thing. Like what I mean, all of them have this closeness. But then for me, 2016, I did this show at the University of the West Indies, and it was a tribute to Berry.
Yes.
Yo, and it's a tribute to Berry. And then on that show was every artist you can think about, being a man, Chronic,
Mm.
Anthony B, um, Berries, Sizzler, Assassin, just so much artists, almost 25 artists, is it? Because you just have, and I was one of the young youth them. I'm gonna come out and perform, and it's like I'm gonna come out and perform. That night, that day I remember it so clear because that night I said, "I'm not gonna burn no weed. I'm going to say a short prayer to Jah. Say, yo, if me make for this thing, Jah, show me tonight. No about no weed, man, I drink nothing. Just I go up on the stage and perform music that these people never heard before. Probably only the underground fan base so they have to know like a 1 and 2. You know what I mean? I'm the kind of popular at UE at that time. And so we say, all right, we are forward out to perform. Big acts, monster performance. Come out, get standing ovation. Even me end up bring up Protege from my set.
Yeah.
Just forward up on the stage there, bring him up on set. I get 2 standing ovation. I get one by myself and one and I bring up Protege. So it's like everybody will leave that show there end up become die-hearted Blvk H3ro fans to this day. Because the performance I get that day, there was God just touched my shoulder and just I tell me what to do. Everything the thing, was just magical. So it's like after that show, after the energy die out and everybody leave my side, I'm there by myself. I literally bust a little one tear and just say, yo, thanks. You see me, I'm find purpose, Jack. I'm there search for it, you see me? I search for it, brother. I never want to go be a statistic and a criminal and a gunman and a bad man. You see the brain of what I have, see what could have gone, you see me? But we just want something different. And Jah just do the impossible, brother. I swear it is not even me. Jah, every step along the way towards this music thing, it's like destiny, you see me? So, and so you see me play around with it, channel. I take it very serious, you see me? If you say a 1:30, me dead there, on time. If you say a 15 minutes ramp on stage, all right, by 14 minutes 45, bless up everybody, while going, everything's good, man, off the stage. Cause I take it serious, you see me? Like, that's why I'm trying to be so professional, cause it's like Jah just give me something to take care of, you see me? Come take care of this message for me, take care of this voice, take care of this talent. Cause I couldn't sing at first, And it's when I started to take this thing serious, my voice just started opening up like me. I said, magic, brother, I swear to you. Jah alone. The way I say to is not like, as I say, you there tell me before the live, sorry for spirit, say, yo, sell yourself. I don't want to even sell myself. Because to all real, this is, I just want people connect to it and say, yo, I have to listen to that youth, I have to see if where am I say are true. And I just say, yo, the songs them I sing, but the words them when I come out of my mouth, and me, I feel I learn from when I sing from. For sure, you say, some song that teach me to. So something I go on and that's what I take care of, isn't it?
I have I have you here and we're here talking, and your career, started out, recent. Man, I say still, I still would say young career.
Young
You're
artist, man.
very,
Yeah,
very
man. Not even
experienced,
busted.
but you're still a young
Ready.
artist. People we have with us here this evening. The man himself goes by the name Blvk H3ro. Go follow him on social media. He's over there. He's a very humble person, a real people person. He loves everyone, and he pays a lot of attention to his fans. Everybody, you're welcome. It's somebody you can talk to, you can ask questions, you can interact with him on your live. He'll answer to you. Good person. So I just want to, remind the fans, we have the hit song that made the world know Blvk H3ro, but we're gonna save that a little bit because we're gonna talk about that song. Cause that song, when you hear some song, you can know that they're coming from a place of, what would I say, a very somewhere of experience, like somebody you can know when there's a real story behind a song, and I think we want to talk about that one. But before we get into the song that everybody might be familiar with, let me make you hear one of Blvk H3ro's track. See what he sounds like when he's talking about him being a singer, and we're talking about him doing music on his journey. Listen to a little bit of this one.
Kill we are, so let's pick me, can't trick me, Green lion tell them, so let's pick me, can't give him. Excuse me, yeah. Green lion, Blvk H3ro. Excuse me, beg your pardon. Rasta come into you, better move up with the talking. Know the fire starting, more than just a one. Hold up, stop with. We day up on a higher height. Why, yeah. Use them out there hungry hunting every day. Higher height. Why, yeah. Rasta man and green lion still a see way. Higher. Why, yeah. Use them out there hungry hunting every day. Higher. Why, yeah. Green lion. Some call it ghetto, some call it chop. Every lane of a car. corner shop. Stop it, shop, no come run yourself for weeks. I know the gully pop shops. Them cannot get no job. But them have been met the politician. Give them clock for lock, but those around the corner stop. That's what we learn is. Or whatever you call it. We are
People, that's just, one of the many great songs that this talented man right here has out there. Like, you know, like before I get back to the stage show, like, what kind of mood you find yourself in when you meds your songs them? And do you put them on paper or do you just how do you create your songs? Check. Hold on 1 second. Please unmute somebody. Hold
No
on,
man,
Black.
my bad. I muted it.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
So
man.
before I was out there as a singer, because I said the voice take time to develop too. But they really just they want to really be a very good songwriter at first. So we just start early in 2012. Take like 3 years and just like right. So we move from pen to paper to iPhone, notepad. Then after a while, it just
Yeah,
straight
great.
in from input output to input. You see me? So we don't really write again.
All right,
So
yeah.
the mood when I try for them, I make music. If it's intentional, then more than likely it's gonna write around 3 o'clock in the morning. You see me? When everybody are kind of sleep, around them hours there, when the world kind of still, you know. Normally I have like a nice piece of herb and just some water, you know what I mean, and the right. Cause me put something visually on and like mute the audio and just watch it. But
Yeah.
more time I just other tree and then we just did it and we just go into a different zone as me say when it's intentional. But through my kind of build myself, I always make music. No,
Hmm.
it don't matter what setting, day and night,
Yeah.
kitchen, living room, there's a little room where we can record anywhere and create at any time. Because I'm so in tune with myself, we can dive into my experiences at any time. You see me?
Yeah.
And just share something. Or the experiences where countless people share with me and just share that with the world. So yeah, I'm more see myself now as like a little vessel. And when things ready for it, pass through, let's talk about it, isn't it? Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, man, I like how that sounds still. So you talk about the show, Barry Salmon tribute at UA, and was that your first show locally? Would you say that was your first show locally, or that was
No,
just the big one? What was your first show locally?
can't remember, you know. That was a show. That's the first one of the first show them know when I really remember. Like me really remember. Like, cause there's a lot of shows, cause as I said, me did have a little underground following and like a nice little buzz. So when certain little international things that are going out there, now I was up
Mm,
on the show. So Rick Ross they come here, Lee Scratch, Kimani Marley, and me they perform for one show at Mobile. You see me?
yeah,
So them thing they did a go on from before with their performer, as I say, all over you tech. But that one they just was cause that show they was sold out.
yeah.
The exceed capacity, so much superstar there, and the moment of just everybody coming to realization and say, yo, who that?
That was the show where you stamp your name in Jamaica, more on a wider
Mm.
base. That was the
Or
show that
just in Kingston, like,
Kingston,
because the word amount from that was just too much.
and
Like,
that
we
yeah,
start the whole heap of TV interview and it just
and
start
that was
propel
the
a
show.
career, isn't it?
That was the show that also gave you the confidence and the realization that yes, I have it, I hit this.
Cause my prayer feet, isn't it? My
Yeah,
prayer feet and ask and say, yo, if it's not for me, show me right now, Jack.
see it
And I'm sure I say it was for me
for
twice.
you,
Like two standing ovations. So me
yeah.
can't, me can't go around Jack for that. Like
Yeah,
at
man.
the most, it may that be man, that'd be stupid if me never really see that sign and be like, no weed, no nothing. This is you. This is
Yeah,
nothing doing this for you. This is
right.
you. And something must be there, and I like, may I try force that issue. There's something here and a talent. So me I gonna make grow and we given enough time, may I make the world see it.
See it. Yeah, man. We're waiting, man. We're really actually
Mm-hmm.
waiting and anticipating everything from you still. Yeah,
Straight
man.
up.
Sorry. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
People we have here with us, the man himself, Mr. Black Hero. recording artists outside of Jamaica. You know, young artists creating waves. You know, have a lot of conscious songs out there. You know, just heard from him how he meditates and how he put his songs together. And it's very interesting the way he, you know, put himself in the mood when he's intentionally creating a song. You know, so as we continue, you know, been doing the thing all over Jamaica for a while now. You know, now a lot of people getting to see you, getting to know you. How has life changed for you since you know getting the you know more popular around in the area?
That's like the icing on the cake, channel. Cause you have to understand me and you tell them say it wouldn't work, you know. It's not gonna work, you know, this not
That's
gonna
just
bring you go Europe, this not gonna make you fly, it's not original, it's not like okay.
tell us more of the
You know?
knot that you hear. Like this wasn't for you. It's not possible. This have to,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
No, yeah,
this
man.
another
Some
thing for
parents
you. Pick
to
up.
people in the business will end up now I use the same style I feel for them career, but that's for your next day. You see me? What I'm saying is like people really just it's like in Jamaica there's this reverse psychology. It's like people really want to test it to see what they want to do. So instead of encouragement, more while them try to be a defense
Yeah,
against your thing. And try
against
to
it.
be like, yo, let's wait to see when this person could be going through real suffering for give you his art. You know what I mean? Because everything have to come out of somebody pocket. All of this what me do have to come from somewhere down. So
Yeah,
what I've noticed is like it's not really like anybody did want to say no to me. It's like everybody just want to see something of a hype or something of crazy thing. But now that them say DJ Khalid the link up and I heard and we're part with Migos is like it confirmed. Now we have songs like It Not Easy, it confirms, but we could have just have like a faith and then
yes.
put a little energy and it would have worked even better or even more. Who knows? So
Okay.
I say all that for say is this is like icing on the cake because I never have to switch up or change being me,
Mm,
forget
yeah,
recognition anywhere. Like you see me? You know what I
see.
mean? I never have to like deter. Yeah, we have to always go to the drawing board and make sure so we are perfect the craft, perfect the
Right.
sound. So by the time we reach to a young boss or a original, it seems perfect. No, when you get that in the easy, we make that in a 5 days. Oh, that but it perfect. Like we work on it. When we go up on stage, it feel like, whoa, why did it feel like that you can perform long time? Cause we at work on it.
You
You
were
see me?
working.
So
Yeah.
know it nice. No, so for have that, yeah man, just I walk around my country and if I stand up one place too long, man, and just the vibes like people in Jamaica don't really rate artists to certain levels for like beg them autograph and run
Yeah.
them down. And that reach me like man say, yo, why them at Jamaica this? Them never do this with Jay Z. And if
Yeah.
anybody run down Jay Z, I probably one or two
Real.
people, but you know, we go to Ochi Square, even just what there. I'm going stand up there and tutus, cause me still a mythical kind of youth, you know. Me have a mysterious thing, you know. If you not see the palm tree and know it and recognize it, then you really know. So people are listening to me and don't even know me. Cause me not do the bag I show them it. Cause remember say
Yeah.
music my breakthrough, me, Axton Nation, most of the young artists them now breakthrough during COVID. So we not do the real road yet. So enough
Right.
people don't
Yeah.
know what all of it look like. You see me?
Yes.
So it's like, but I
Yes.
might hear the music every day, every day, every day, every day.
Every
So it's like when we go out and want to say, oh, Black Hero, I'm typing a thing. What's it with you this? Yo, where I listen to from? Well, Jay, but yo, man, lost it. And then the place just start get crowded, then people start ask money, then the friend, you know, my friends them start get nervous, then they don't start
yeah.
get paranoid, they have to move. So just to show you the energy, like right now, reach a
Real.
nice energy. I'm a grateful feet, and me that never, ever, like
You
show
feel it, the
anybody
love.
the vibes. Like if you want a picture, I'm ready for take a picture. If you want ads, I'm ready for do the ads. I'm ready because I'm show you the vibes. This is what me I work for.
Yeah, feel
The
the love and
fans are our
appreciate it. Yeah, yeah.
employees, isn't it?
Appreciate it.
The fans are our employers, isn't it?
Yeah,
Both
for
me
real.
and you, without the people coming out to the shows or buying the music or supporting the artists, who really am I? You see me? So for actually have real fans, fans are willing to even put me in a playlist next to them favorite cartoons, next to them favorite Bob Marley, and show me that on the street. I say, you just a listen to and I say,
Yeah,
yo, and I when the people that don't even listen music like me and your hard. I will say when I listen music like that, but this. Or if when we go for an interview with Winford, I say, yo, me I listen to you in the car for months, I never know are you, brother.
never know you, brother.
And
Yeah,
them know my music. So I say, yo, just them thing there. Jano, like, I respect it. I respect all of this. It now make me get to my ego, get to me just want to work harder to give the people them something better, more powerful, better visuals, better performance, better imagery, better content, more things so we can do. More and do so much more, but me not beat up myself. We only do what we can do right now, you see me?
Yeah, take your
So
time and do what you can do.
you get me? So just to have the fans them there and even in a sense where because we know Jamaican music, Jamaican people don't have that much money for spend like that. Where the people will feed for music every day. You see me?
Yeah,
But
real.
we love so we have them as moral support and youth we are gonna share with thing and you know just blast it to the world same way and tell them uncle and them cousin about it and them niece and them nephew, you see me? That
Yeah,
me really like, you see me? Mm-hmm.
real. DJ Ruckus, big up yourself, you know, my brother. You don't know that can key entertainment DJ same way. Family in the place. LBD, big up yourself, whole cargo promotion. Big
But
up to all
big
the
up
ladies
everybody.
that are
Through me
here.
up on the platform, I can't say everybody thing. But big up
Yeah,
everybody. You
Rachel
know?
K, big up yourself, you know. Rachel, big up yourself. Big up, sweet
Keith, is
honey.
there no way I
Hallelujah.
can see like what everybody is saying? You feel like me I talk to like Iron Man, you know Jarvis in Iron Man, like hey Keith, bring up the comments.
Comments should be, the comment should be there on the, oh,
Oh, and the chat part. I think it only showed me the Facebook. But I think YouTube.
sorry.
Come and see my YouTube. I get some ads too. So I know say YouTube I go after.
I got, anyway, as me here, cause as me say, you always attack to your fans. Them, so you're on the live this morning. I ask them limit certain things and block certain things, brother. That's what's happening. So the people them will be seeing you and knowing that you're on YouTube, but we might not be seeing everything that we're supposed to be seeing over here. Like before, the live used to show us a lot more of what's going on, but the money part
No,
of it.
it's I say good. I say
So
good.
the people they are seeing and they're hearing it, but we're not be seeing and hearing everything that they're saying. But if you put comment on the side there, you should be able to see most of them. And Keys highlight them on the screen as often as she can,
All right, straight up,
and as
straight up.
much
I
as
like
she
that.
can.
This is all good. Like you guys know what you're doing. I'm here.
Yeah. So born and grew in Portmore. Sean, big up yourself, my brother. Doing Griffiths in the building. And now your name is being called on the east side, your name is being called in Senton. And where are you located now, if you don't mind telling us? Are you still in Portmore or
Yeah, man, East Side. No, man. I've moved from Portmore almost 13 years now.
seeing?
You know what I mean? But my parents live there, so I'm always there, back and forth. You know what I mean? Or when I can be, because I really like my own space. To be
Yeah.
really honest, you know what I mean? Because I don't want nobody tell me when I can burn my weed or whatever. I mean, when I did young, I always want to grow up and have a space where my friend them and my people them can forward and there's
Yeah.
no rules. Just
Comfort.
burn a cigarette on the balcony.
Yeah,
Simple.
that's
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't drink, but you can drink. I don't care. Like, just don't mash up the thing and just keep the place clean. Really, I'm good. So, with me, I live at East Side Jamaica. I like the East Side and just say to the East. So that's where we went.
Look to the east. So yeah, over there to St. Thomas.
In between there and other places, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
mostly
See,
on the East Side. Yeah.
because like people are referring to you and more like you're representative of that side more than anything else. So that's why I wanted to let
Oh,
them
straight.
understand.
Yeah, because if I be real, everywhere after I left Portmore, I never did it long enough. But the East Side for almost like a good amount of years now. So, I not say I can represent it from it birth. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can say I represent it because what it do to me. Because it have a real effect on why my music sound now and the energy when I dep on, you see me? Yeah, it's different.
see it. So and I like the unity that I mentioned, as I mentioned before. I like the unity between especially the young conscious people like yourself, Nation and Tactic and the youths them that link up right now. And then I also like the unity over there on the east side too. Me I say these are the things that I want the youth them to more promote, highlight and try to strive for. Me I say so that the youth them growing up can have a better understanding of what it's like to unite and it can still work. We don't have to always be against each other to be seen. Sometimes we can unite and also highlight each other and still is a better way to on a more positive way of doing it.
Definitely like a collaboration. Me know say when as I say, given time I have the most collabs in Jamaica. Just given enough time, time. And just that's my dream, you see me? Like like especially when we meet up with man like Roger and Ruption, the Ruption. and all like elite generation. Because
Yeah.
enough people don't know, you have a strength somewhere, me have a strength somewhere, we want to make the thing stronger. So then they already dominate like the super eastern part of like St. Thomas itself, like they're
Yeah.
massive. They already have their own ecosystem down there. So it's like when real meet real is like it just start make sense and wherever. Because I did have at the time when we meet them, they have more of an international foundation. You know what I mean? Because just really 2020 we really put in certain groundwork and get the thing for another. You see me?
Right.
So when we link up with them, they were very instrumental in how we get the groundwork running, and we were instrumental in helping them with just how to organize yourself for international, like prepare yourself,
Right.
like you see me. So we share, like I'm always the thank you and you're welcome kind of youth. Like if you can say thank you and me can say you're welcome, that means we both show benefit from it.
Yes.
I
Yes.
like them kind of situation. You don't want to take people thing or or going
So
around vibes with them.
there's no, there's
You
no
know what I
one
mean? Yeah.
person
So.
there's no
Mhm.
one person who have all of the answers. So when you team up or when when you network, you make the dream work. Because somebody will
Facts.
have a part of the puzzle that you don't have.
Facts.
Mm. So what are you looking like internationally? I should even probably ask you this, but where are you looking forward to going? Like, when this place open up and Black Hero start doing.
Um. So well, I fingers crossed. October, we and the team should be in Portugal. You know what I mean? Performing. So I'm really looking forward to that. Really, really looking forward to that. Like, really, really looking forward to that. Like, I've been to Europe in a long time, a longer time than America. So it's like I want to get back there, do some things on the ground, do some media, do some stuff. You know what I mean? But I really want to get to Africa.
Africa.
Like yeah, that's really where I want to get to. Like, I feel like when I reach there, I go and take off my shoes and walk barefoot and kiss the ground and anything. They don't want to like really get into it. You
Yeah,
see
you
me?
want
And
yeah,
then yeah, anywhere where the music
connect with
connects, we just
Africa.
want to go there. After that, yeah,
Yeah.
anywhere the music connects, we want to go there because anywhere it's playing my music, then has accepted, the culture and the place I'm from. So they're like family too. So I have to just
Yes.
go link the family.
Yes, real. So overseas,
Yeah, like.
where are some of the places that you got to perform so far overseas when you were,
Let me.
sorry about that, people.
Now you're good,
Yeah.
man. You see?
Black Hero
We have
Channel.
gotten a chance to perform already.
Yeah,
Um, couple places. All right, so we get a chance to perform New York.
New York.
Got
Yeah,
a performance in New York. Went out by Germany, Berlin. Did we perform in Switzerland? I know we passed through a couple places, but I think I only performed in a few. It wasn't everywhere, but a couple places.
mm.
About
So
four or
out
five
of those,
countries, but I want a couple more, man. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. And you're gonna get a couple more, a lot more.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Out of those places, like, can you recall which of them was your favorite performance or your favorite? Where
Yes,
you feel
man.
you got the best
Reggae,
reception?
reggae, reggae. Reggae Jam. Was it Reggae Jam? Reggae Jam or Reggae
Reggae
Deal?
jam.
Hold on a sec.
Yes.
Reggae Jam or Reggae Deal is like the best one.
Where was that for the people who don't know? Like people, as we all we
Yeah,
all
yeah.
know it.
No, just no. I didn't give them a heads up before. That's why. Sorry about that.
It's
Let me
all
just
good.
wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Here
best
is it.
one I think was Reggae Jam. I don't remember if it was Reggae Jam or Reggae Deal, but anyone that had 25,000 people looking at me, that's the one. Because when in Jamaica, me they perform a few places, me get to like probably 4,000 people, 5,000 people in front of me.
Yeah.
Cause I perform at a couple of the cultural shows too. But 25,000 people was a real test for me too. So it was another learning level, like a learning step. So I do know. Again, when I do 2016 when I show them, I never bought no weed. Cause I did there Europe, I never really want no weed from them.
Yeah.
You see me? But they probably take a one slip on Milan and then that was it.
Yeah.
Then when I perform, even the promoter was like, "Yo, you perform in Europe already?" I'm like, "Yo, no, this is my first time." He's like, "Yo, you're bad." Like
Yeah.
like it was a tour where put together by Rockers Agency, It was me, Runkus, and Raya Blue. We go up on a tour there. It was really supporting Runkus for his project. And then I
Oh,
ended up getting 2 dates at the end of the tour. And I had the other dates along with it. So it's like ended up being just like another learning experience. I was so humbled, because I was
yeah.
nervous. I'm never nervous for a performance. Like to the point where I'm like, yo, man, I think I can do this. And that night, I was like, yo, once I take that mic here, the next
Mhm.
level. And then when I go up on the stage, it was just the next level. Like, and it really wasn't bad for my first time performing in Europe. It wasn't bad. Like, it was just like the energy. I got the crowd moving. I had communication. When I say this, and them shout it back, and it just showed like things that I was watching on YouTube just coming back out.
Coming
It's like,
back.
yo, what can I do next? I remember so clear being on stage. Yo, what do I do next? No, they're there. When I said it, and I do it, and then the next song, they get a chance to cue up the next song, then it seems so professional. You know what I mean? I was running out of breath, but I never make it seem that way because I was started dancing by the time and make it do something, and then catch it back, and then I was like, yo, and I get a chance to implement what I was studying. So now it's like when I'm on stage, now it's just a whole craft, you
Oh,
know? So
yeah.
that's why I really want to tour back. I really want to go on the road. I really want to perform
On
in
the
front
road.
of different kind of crowds because we are the kind of we have a level with the Jamaican crowd, and I feel like that's the hardest crowd to perform for. So yeah,
Yeah, you just feel like anywhere you go, you can conquer it.
yeah, we just want to go there and share the vibe. We just feel like if my people already accept it, then there's nobody that shouldn't accept it because they're very critical, especially when you're performing. They might love your song, but afterwards everybody going to talk about your performance. Like in the moment
Right.
it might look like praise, but afterwards they'll be like, "Yo, man, I spend my money to watch them."
Hmm. Yeah.
You don't want that. You want a lingering effect, like, yo. Anyway, Tanya Stevens perform, you're going to see the same people. Anywhere, she could have performed Saturday and she's going to perform Sunday. It's the same people.
Going to listen to her.
Just because no matter how much time she perform, it's like still amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's the level I want to be on, but we need the practice. So we just want to build up the catalog to a level where the fans just want to see it so much that the promoter them have to.
Have
You
to.
feel me? Yeah.
Yeah. People were talking to Black Hero, the man himself. He's here with us sharing his journey, his story. You know what I say?
Yeah, that's
Very
the longest
positive.
interview I've been in a long time.
Yeah, man.
Greatest, we can't get two out of that.
Come greatest, run it. Yeah. We don't want to touch much because I know you're a very positive person, and that's one of the things that was probably one of the biggest attributes to personality right now, and the success where you have. But everybody have them good days, and everybody have them down days. Was there any bad experience you have on the journey so far?
Yeah, man, like, it build, they would call them bad days are just real reflection days.
Reflection.
Like, I was homeless for a little bit, isn't it? Not even for a little bit, I was homeless for like 2, 3 years.
Tell us about that a little bit as much as you can, because these are the things that, as I said, I want to use them to realize. We try to do the show that the people who don't have a voice can realize that, people are out there like you and know they're here on the show because they're making a difference in the world. So you were homeless at one point. I let you say it because it's your story. What was that like? What caused it, and how did you feel at that time?
At that time, because in Jamaica, like, when you try for, not try, when you're becoming a musician, you have to spend a certain amount of time getting everybody to believe you're a musician. 'Cause everybody said I'm an artist, isn't it? So you
Yeah,
already start with that. So you spend all that time to do that. So in that time, it's either you have parents where have it where they cover you,
yeah,
or you're hustling or whatever measures that we can't talk about on the phone where other people do.
yeah,
And either that or you're gonna go through the real struggle of being a musician from step to step, from strength to strength, from person to person. Everyone you meet, you grow the thing.
yeah. Like that, you have to do what you have to do through the journey to make it possible, to make it work. People, the thing go. People were live, we're here with Black
But
Hero.
as much as I go through those the experience them, man, I go through like everything, like not eating for a couple of days, well, you know what I mean? the power of fasting, you know, you know what I mean? The power of just resilience, your mind, the different things that you just experience during it. Like people just deal with it different. People just, homeless people just deal with it different. So it teach me a lot, and it teach me something I never want anybody else to experience this. It even helped me deciding stuff like if me ever open a charity, like what me that do and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it was just a bittersweet experience still because when I say it was all bad, because just being a nomad and moving around, yeah, I get to see the real streets in Jamaica. So now I was in the streets, I always meet the real people, them, you see me?
See.
Real, you know. So, but it's an experience where, as I said, I want to wish for nobody, but if you go through it, you're really testing the limits of your mind and your physical body and everything, man. And your
Sure.
pride and your ego and your shame tree, all of that gets removed when you're homeless. Because living and dying later you might be asking a question. And
Right.
not asking that question might mean you really go hungry. Enough time you have to beg two stallman and vendor and he like, yo, be two bun, be a bun of cheese, mama. And just give me much that time. Maybe, just trust it, then just gear it. So, and that's a real experience, man.
So during that time, what kept you grounded and what made you never give up?
The music, the dream, the passion, the CM 2016 show, the CM thing, man. CM little moments in that time where they show me say, yo, I'm to keep going, I'm to keep doing this, I'm to keep, like,
Yeah.
yeah. It just
So
kept me grounded, it kept me going, and the people around me kept me grounded to, like, my real friends, my real family, So, and I had to ground myself too, like, that's a big part, like, and nobody you can bring the ass to the well and you can't force him to drink. So I had to ground myself to, I had to see that, like, this is the consequences of my actions, and I have to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like this is what it means to be on your own, pursuing a dream and a craft, and yeah, build it from scratch. So
mm,
yeah,
well, right. At least we're glad you overcome and you understand you fight through all of those struggles and stay focused on your purpose. I say, and I just want to encourage all the youths out there same way that might
just
find
roll it,
themselves
go feet. Yeah.
in that position right now for just stay focused and stay grounded because everybody have a purpose. You understand? And you only fail when you stop trying. So you have to, as I say, continue trying. I say, and there's nothing wrong with failure. As you said when we talked about earlier, you use your failing moments as learning experience. I say. So your bad days is the days in where you learn from and the late days in where you grow and strive to be a better person from.
Mm. Solid man. That's exactly it. You know what I mean? It's just only there to build you. It's not a breakdown. It's not a bad thing. It's like it's really once you come from that experience,
Right.
you're supposed to become a different person. So just grow from it.
So what is it like to to be, Skilly Bang, what's the relationship like with Skilly?
I'm gonna do that, man. You know what I mean? Send motivation to each other from time to time. But
Yeah.
enough people don't know. He's more closer to being a Rasta when you meet him in person and talking to anybody else. Very
Yeah.
knowledgeable, very grounded youth. He's a East youth, so I'm have the same mystical energy them and guide him to man. I think,
Sure.
at the end of the day, he's just a smart individual and him. And however I'm choose to live in life, that's his choice, but he's a real youth, isn't he?
See,
He's a real youth. So I just G that. When we see each other, just respect, isn't it?
see, for real. So who are some of the other artists out there that you're looking forward to working with like right now?
I get your call all of them name, man. Nation, Youngster, Tentic, America Youth and Music when them 450. I sing some nice songs right now in the dancehall space.
Yeah.
Really, I look forward to working with Lila Ike. Cause we were close before, but we never made any music out of it, isn't it? So I love to see that. Um, Jazzy. I love to do a song with Vibes Cartel. I love to do a song with them youth them too. You know? And there's more music with couple people. There's couple people well all internationality. I don't want to put in some work with her. want to make some song with Justin Bieber and, a couple other people. So I just, if I have the dream, them I will have to go for them. So that's the dream. And a couple, Skepta, couple people, well, isn't it?
Other than music, what are some of the things that or what is something that some of the other things that you do other than music?
Alright. Me as a youth now, I'm different. I watch anime, isn't it? So me as an anime youth. So me spend my time consuming anime most like a good amount of the time. Either that or where I read or we're active. It's a
Yeah,
street youth, like we really like the road. You see, when I mean party, I mean like road. In the inner the street like white line, you see me? So I get accustomed to that, like cause I'm comfortable in the streets, you see me? So
sorry.
so I just mostly either communicate or as I said, I watch some anime or I read straight. I
See,
watch some football as well. I watch right now.
right. There's a lot of ladies on the watching the interview, and they're they're asking all kind of questions. But let me ask you this one. What is your status? The ladies are trying to figure out what is it like. Are you married? Do you have
Yeah,
kids?
ladies. Oh, no, ladies not asking nothing, man. No, whatever.
Yeah, man.
uh,
Ladies are inbox me. There's another one that
yeah,
I'm
I'm not
gonna ask
married. No, I'm
you.
not married though. I'm not married.
Not married kids?
No, no kids. Right.
No kids as yet. All right. So the next one, I'm just picking two other questions. And the next one is like they want to know what was your worst date ever.
Yo, the worst date ever. The worst date ever.
I know that one is on
I
the
be
spot.
real like these are like I don't know if them know nothing about the liberal youth them. We romantic, so
Yeah.
every I don't know, I never have a bad day yet. Even if it's just a simple thing, some bottle of wine and just reason it end up turn magical,
Yeah.
So I never have a bad date yet. Like,
See.
yeah.
Oh, that's
And I
good
hope
to know.
not. I hope to never have one.
Yeah. Um. You hear didn't accidentally end up like that. Like there's something about it. Whoa. Tell us about your hairstyle. What does it mean to you?
Oh, it's rebellion, It's like once you see me, I'm definitely an outlier. I'm on the outside of it. Like I'm not really with the system. I'm just doing all of this just so I can survive. You know, I wouldn't be on Instagram if I could really be on the grid and like really, really do it right now. You know? So my whole existence is to be a representative of those that have fallen and those that stood for this, isn't it? So that's me. So when you see this here, it's not for fashion or it's not for yeah. I don't care if you think it look raggy. I don't care if you think it want a little more oil. I don't care. Whatever you think, as long as you see this, I know say yeah. Nobody come to me with certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Simple as that. So that's it. But the hairstyle in itself, because it's now an image, is a thing now. Like you and
Right.
hurricane way, isn't it? So this thing now is basically just gonna become a cool, popular way of telling the youth that there's history behind it. Because the first person I see with this hairstyle was David Hines. So it's just
Right.
so weird that I coincidentally happened to have something similar to that, like because my hair was stuck together. Because when I was sleeping, my hair kind of it's thick. So I used to just wrap it up so I can just have it leveled. So what ended up just becoming like a technique just to keep my hair from heavying down and feel hot become an image. So I wasn't trying to have an image. That just happened. You see me? So I give God thanks for that. 'Cause I never ever change and be nothing else. So you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah. And when it becomes something, then I it's separated, and then now what's basically happening is that I come back together. You
The palm tree.
know? I'm get so used to it being up like this now. Yeah, palm tree, Get
Yeah.
so used to it being up like this. It's like it just really pull it out like that. So it just end up come back together as well.
You're on a journey, and I see you're on a positive journey. So
For
far,
sure.
looking back. and the steps that you have made, is there anything that you would do differently, or anything that you would undo, anything you would change?
Yeah, and this could be an advice to any young musician listening. If there's any like less is definitely more. Like if when I was younger, I would have definitely said less. Like especially when I just come in the business, they probably make. I probably wouldn't have made like not enemies, but people who could see me as too outspoken or too this. I would be like just less until the right time. You see me? But other than that, nah, feel like everything work out just right.
Right.
Mhm.
So you have an opportunity now to talk to, all the artists in the world, upcoming artists, the ones that are out there doing their thing. What are some of the things that you would want to share with your colleagues?
Just really love and respect what you do because if you don't, then the fans don't, then we all lose. You see me? Just really love and respect what you do. And you don't have to be a musician, a graphics designer, a dancer, a painter. Anything you love and you do, really love and respect it so that people can feel that. And in return, it has to just be respected as such. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I can say because sound cliche, but once you love it, you gotta love your back too. There's that too. So just really respect it. Just really respect what you do.
Yeah,
Enough to know that you're not gonna do not anything for anything. You do it because you really love it and you really want this thing for the people some way to benefit somebody along the way. You know what I mean? And just genuinely do it for that and respect it. It helps all of us. You know,
see it.
because the respect is passed forward to the next artist and the next creative, and the next DJ and the next. You know what I mean? Mhm.
Right. So, we all have been experiencing the virus situation all around the world, and it has impacted a lot of people. Some people more negative than others. How has the situation with the COVID-19 impact you, and how are you, you know, staying afloat amid all of this and still getting yourself out there, getting your craft known, heard, and seen?
For me, as I say, like as I say, when you mentioned certain artists, like right now, where a breakthrough, we're like the COVID artists, we're the pandemic artists who break and have to find different ways to market ourselves, different ways to perform and push and do things virtually. So the only effect I really see from this whole thing on the music is the lack of shows, is the lack of
Yeah,
gatherings that would allow a musician to present his art form, and so that affects your money, a lot. Like your marketing spend, everything gets smaller the less income streams you have. So with that income stream gone, you really only stuck to streaming, royalties, and them things. You know? So and the frequency of that versus the frequency of a show, and frequency of a dub from that show that's coming up, or it's like it's not the same.
yeah,
So it benefit me and it hinder in some sense. Like benefit me because the world was still enough for them to hear me, hear the music, see the consistency, and say, no, something is wrong. Like, how is he still going?
mhm,
How is he still doing this, even in the pandemic? And I know that's the mercy of God, really. And keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then, more people see it and more people just like it, and it's become a more organic thing because the world stood still. But because the world stood still, there's not much shows, there's not much thing. So I take a hit there. So I have to just be very creative with how I'm making money. I have to use the songs like stocks, sell percentages in the stocks to people money for them to invest in music videos, in different moves. You have to give something because 100% of zero is still zero. So it's better to have 50% in something than
that
100% in nothing better.
100%.
You know what I mean? So I just use these different meds and tactics and always thinking, oh, I can push it in forward and be bigger and partner with the right people. So yeah, like
Right.
as I said, like, the pandemic very bittersweet, but I feel like it happened for a reason and a purpose, and we're maximizing on that.
Right. So, are you doing this by yourself or do you have a team? And if you have a team, what your team consists of?
No, my art. So there's always a team, isn't it? Even the artists them say them do it by themselves or self-made or I'm doing this myself or whatever. Like it's all a
Yeah,
team effort. Everything is driven by a team. So Black Hero is just the face. I am just the face of my team, which is Black Hero. That's a team, and I am just the
yeah,
face. But behind that, you have business people, like you have a management team that's gonna make sure your business and your paperwork and your contracts, your emails are answered on time and properly. And then there's gonna be a creative aspect of that team, which is the videographers, the producers. Well, I'm the songwriter, but even other songwriters, other artists,
right.
other fashion designers, and
Yeah,
you just create this. So my team, I really look at it like an ecosystem. So instead of just looking at it like
yeah,
people that I'd work with one off and you know every now and again, and just because of this, I'm working with them, every one of them in different phases, different on different things, doing different things, because that's the ecosystem. Like when I want something, then I go into that ecosystem and I tap in to see who can
yeah,
accomplish the task the best, isn't it? And for what budget and stuff
right.
like that. So for me, the team really consists of a management layer, a creative layer,
Mm,
and a street layer, isn't it?
yeah, okay.
And the
Street.
team is also the fans, which is the
So
street level. Yeah.
yeah, the street level include the fans them also, because I know you don't leave out your fans. So you
Yeah,
have quite a few songs that are that are doing great out there. Like from your catalog so far, do you have a favorite song? And if so, which song is your favorite song?
Hmm. Hold on. My song are the favorite song. Um, my friend them can tell you straight up. I just recently start listening to myself a lot because I'm so critical, yo. I'm so like, yo, I want this perfect and this perfect. But I think this my favorite song I've ever made. That's out. My favorite song that's out.
Yes.
My favorite song of mine that's out is I really think it's in the easy because that song really just I listen to it 100 times and don't get tired of it. You know that? That's a vibe really. Yo yo. Yeah, it's like I
You're
listened to that
break.
song like 100 times. Oh, I was breaking up.
Yeah, which song you said it was?
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Tell us about it not easy. Like, what caused you to write that song, or how did you come up with the concept of it not easy? And what was the motivation behind that song? Was it something personal? Was it some experience? Where did that song come from?
Yeah, that song came from like a personal experience, but which was a global experience happening at the same time.
Yeah,
So it was still a universal experience, isn't it? Like I know it couldn't have been me alone that felt like it was just hard these days. It was just and it don't have to be financially. It felt like it was hard to breathe in the mask. It felt like it was hard to have fun. Felt like it was hard to communicate. It felt like it was hard to process my mentality. It felt like it was hard to pay this landlord and this rent and these bills. And so I'm like, yo, it's not easy. And I felt like everybody could just, I know it wasn't me alone. So that song really came from what issues we're facing right now directly in the world. Like the things that seem to be making life way harder than it seems needs to be, isn't it? That's what's happening. That's what that song really is about.
when you were writing it not easy, did you like vision that it would get to the level that it's at today and so fast? And did you really expect the people to gravitate to the song as much as they did?
I expected people to gravitate to it, but not so fast. Not with that certain energy that it really get. Like it gets an energy, like a real energy, like yo, this gets nice. But I really couldn't tell us that I expected that to happen because hmm, I spent no money on that song. Like in terms of promotion or spend money, and that song ended up saving me. Like I spent my last 20 grand on the video.
Yes.
Gave it to my video girlfriend. Be like, all I have is 20 grand. How can we do some kind of visual thing? It don't have to be a music video, but something. And giving that money to her saved me for months later. Like just from the dubs that came in and the energy and the little shows. Like that ended up paying me back tenfold, isn't it? So I could
Wow.
at least stay alive during the pandemic. So that song, man, was just a real blessing. It's a real blessing. Like I spoke from my heart with my feel, and it still find some way to benefit me. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Wow. Well, let me remind the people
Make
which
them
song we're
hear it,
talking.
man.
And for who didn't hear it before, this is the song that Blvk H3ro is talking about.
When Donkey said the world not let me believe it. Hey, I know it grieve me. Earth I don't know it, I need no easy. All family and friends try to deceive me. Just I pray me make it home this evening.
I'm sure you all know this one.
Easy, oh, yeah, it no easy. Earth I run red and it no easy, oh, yeah, life no easy, easy. From the other day I just saw news. Looking at my phone, the breaking news are just bad news. I repeat to everyone that's gone, it's quite a few. And trip on my TV just I get the thing confused. But me now, the time to pay attention. Me and my bills to pay. JPS and the land I need them rent. And me have to watch me head back from Mr. Mention. I know it grieve me. Earth I run red and it no easy. People now I love and them deceiving. But pray me make it home this evening. Yeah, life no easy, oh. Yeah, life no easy. Earth I run red and it no easy, oh. Yeah, life no easy.
Yo, Poco, big up yourself and welcome. Yeah, man, Blvk H3ro is here with us, people. We go through the journey of the story. You don't know, from over Waterford, now on the east side, making great music with positive messages to the youth. Them, you understand, an intention to continue being real to himself, being positive, and also continue to share his journey and his story with his friends. As I tell you before, he's always on social media as someone you can go over there and rap with on his live and, feel comfortable. So, Hero,
Mm.
like I've had you for a long while now, and I want to give you a chance to go, do some more work in the evening and take care of your business. But before you go, what can
Mm.
we look forward to from you in the near future?
All right. So It Not Easy was the first single off of my upcoming project.
Right,
Cool Runnings is the second single. So before the year, then I want to have a third single, and then big announcement for the project. I think so. Just more music, more visuals, more content, a lot more international collabs. That's what I'm really working on. More big collabs in the Jamaican reggae culture to dance out. And
right,
as I said, just become a glue. I feel like I can become a great crazy glue between eras, between generations, between sounds. And I just want to make these, everybody can have a global, like a universal conversation. And we just take the culture to different heights. We have the DJ, them on the same mission, them with the artists, them on the artists, them on the same mission, and the videographers. Once we're all on the same mission to make reggae and dance the biggest genre in the world, that's my mission.
right.
That's what I want to communicate. We can be bigger than hip hop, everything else, because we birth everything. So let's just do it. So what my moves are aligned with that. So the sounds, the collaborations, the people who may I work with are pre-work with right now. Because as I said, we get a chance to roll on DJ Khalid, Migos, and we get
Right.
a chance to do some works with her, isn't it? Send her some songs, and she sends some songs as well. So it's like we get that experience. Plus, we're here at a camp now with Blakey from Top Boy, the show in UK. You see me? We do some work with a couple of J Cole people, and we're just working, and we have a whole heap of work I put in. You see me? So I just feel like at some point the lid on all of this is gonna go, and then everybody just be able to see full for say, oh man.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, man,
But project
we're
are
waiting.
forward, Janon. Project are forward. The wickedest. Hey, you're not saying nothing more.
I know you're putting in the work, my brother. I can
Uh-huh.
testify for you that work is being put in, and I'm sure. And
There
as
we
I
go.
said, I can talk for the fans like myself. We're waiting, we're anticipating because we want to hear more great songs from you. We like the messages that you're set, the message that you're spreading. We like the positivity that you have. We like the energy you bring. We like the energy that your music brings. So we continue looking for more good music with the same energy from you. We continue doing the good work and but I'm just gonna keep you another few minutes for sure this time, not too long. But before you go, I want you to
Yeah.
let the people hear how Black Hero himself sound. Let them hear the natural Black Hero right now. Remember, Lock and Key Entertainment presents, Hot Topic with John
All
Office.
right.
Like Little Thunder sound. Anything you want to say, the fans are there. Sweet Honey did the Rochelle K did the, some of the rude boy them did it.
Jana with me. If I don't let it no easy. Our family and friends try to deceive me. Just I pray me make it home this evening. Oh, it no easy. Oh, yeah, it no easy. I said it got on the red and it no easy. Oh, it no easy. Hey. I said from the other day and the sad news. Looking at my phone, the breaking news are just bad news. I repeat to everyone that's gone, there's quite a few. I'm jump on my TV just to get the thing confused. But me now, no time for pay attention. Me and my bills to pay. JPS and the landlord need them rent. Plus me have to watch me head back. From Mr. Mansion, I know it grieve me. I thought I'm ready, and it not easy. Family and friends. Yo, big up yourself for that one, John. Yes, man. Original. Oh,
Big up yourself.
Original, 19 oh long, and we a lucky place for some boy a lucky gate. Original, 19 oh long, when we are on the club, some man a run them shows. Original, original, I turn up a song 19 oh long, 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 long. Originate, originate, original rude boy, yeah. Original, original, I got from 19 oh long, originate. I mean say lyrics. Hey, I mean say study all the great and love write a papa song and I'm a flow like papa song. I got the mic at super cat, shut the place at that time and I wonder what to go on because every single song we drop is an atomic bomb and I want to host it. This a the fire house rock, big dance to keep on people like a rock but no stop it. Hey, oh,
Ha! Like a thunder! Thunder!
love it. Tell you man, mad.
You mean people here, then you don't know. It's the real Black Hero. He's here with us, and as soon as the place
Yeah,
open up,
man.
I'm sure he's looking forward to coming to a city near you. So tell all the promoters, tell all the people in the area when it's time they should book the hero himself because he's ready to take the world by storm. He's ready to perform and show you how he does his craft live on stage. So as before we go, I want you to tell the people them, your final words, big up who you want, big up mama, papa, fans, everybody who you want, big up. And tell the
Yo, just
people
big everybody, everybody, man.
how they
Big
can
up
get
everybody,
to
everybody we have
you,
eyes to
how they
see
can
and
keep in contact.
oh shit. I big up everybody, everybody we have eyes to see and ears to hear, man. You don't know the Black Hero up here and we're there. We're here, you know. So big up everybody who take the time out for listening to this wonderful interview by Jana and the whole team. Big up Keys. Big up everybody who lucky. And as I say, yo, just go through life with an intention, with a respect, with a love for whatever it is that you do. Different thing in order to go on, isn't it? Just bless up. And if you link up with I and I, just follow me on the IG as there. It's so hard. Just Black Hero. You can spell it anyway. You can spell it Blvk H3ro or just Black Hero the regular way. Me there on YouTube, me there on Spotify, me there on every platform. And LinkedIn, me there on. So that's all Fiverr. Find me. We have the music and we have the content that's a wait for you. You know what I mean? Just for you. Yeah.
Right, which is right. And also you can link up for dub plates and whatever else the sound man them want. You don't know. Hero did it
Hey,
for
man, I can
do
just
all
link
of them.
up John and them and I
You
get
can
it
link the
going,
same
man.
way on dub plates because you don't know the link is real and everything is up.
Straight up.
Uh, so Black Hero, I want to thank you again, my brother, for being here with us. We appreciate it. Don't be a stranger when you get to that place there, because you're
No,
heading
man,
there.
never be a
Just remember
stranger.
me. And remember Hot Topic and don't be a stranger. If you want to pass through one day for 5 minutes to bless up the people, you're always welcome. You know how to find me. We always a link anyway. So, me, I say just keep
Straight up.
positive, my brother. Keep doing the great work. We the fans appreciate you and we love you and we thank you for what you're doing. So I just want to encourage you to continue doing it because we're really looking forward to more from you. All right. Big up the whole team, management, you understand? Production team, you know me, I say street team, big up all of your fans them same way. No love and respect, my brother. Guidance. Whoa.
Enough love and respect. Dinner time. When I see. What happened?
It's a king plate that keys. Yo.
Easy. I miss a listener. When
Yo.
Nike said the one I never me believe him.
People, big up on yourself for you see that? Yeah man, that was Blvk H3ro himself. You don't know the great one, his side.
Better run red and it no easy. All family and friends try to deceive me. Just I pray me make it home this evening. Yeah, life no easy. Yeah, it no easy. Better run red and it no easy. Yeah, life no easy. Easy. From the other day I just got news. Looking at my phone, the breaking news, I just bad news. I repeat to everyone that's gone despite a few. Who you was yeah. Hey, girl, say good loving, no cost of feeling me, pull you closer. No long talking, no cuddling me, I bend you over. I'm falling and you falling, girl, with deep in emotions. Yeah, you're looking like you're nice and you grip me with the fire. Put it on me, 1, 2, 3. Five of my verses and get the cool on it. One touch you get wetter than a tsunami. Non-stop you come back and feel the good loving. Put it on me, 1, 2, 3. Five of my verses and get the cool on it. One touch you get wetter than a tsunami. Non-stop you come back, feel the give my phone a ring, don't cost a thing. My I make them see it, make them see the energy. Lord, for the enemy.
Big up to everybody who checked in with us this evening.
Bang, bang.
So there's another edition of Hot Topic.
Them can't stick correct. Right now we living with dream. Cause I've been figure.
I want to love, respect everybody who leave a comment,
Correct names.
who leave a message.
Connect like an internet.
Who put up a heart, I love you, side. Give me a thumbs up. Big up to all who share the live. Big up to all who spend the time to check in. Sing for a minute or two. Enough love, enough respect. Remember, you can still share the live so your friend can get to watch it because we will post it. You can watch it over and over. It was very inspiring.
We are made them
You
see
can make you youth, but you're not free with Blvk H3ro, I say.
the energy. We are done it up load by the enemy. Jealousy and no debris. So we do what we have to do. Try to burn the bridge.
Big up all little Thunder Sound family. Big up Father Elder and Father Scrooge. Big up Father Edgy and big up yourself. Big up CJ. CJ, happy birthday once more. Related, my brother. You don't know. Wish you many more. Kayla, happy birthday. Related. Wish you many more also. Remember Kayla Allen, go follow her. She are baddest female artist right now. All little Thunder Sound. Also for Lock and Key Entertainment. Yo, Frank Shit, big up yourself. Andrew Hutchinson, big up fuck up, big up yourself. And I say, Cargo Promotion, really, my brother, big up yourself and your family. Rachel K, big up yourself. Sweet Honey, Wagwan, the whole of England, link them all. Enter, big up yourself, the general family. Yo, Rose, big up. Gilton, the whole family, big up yourself. Yo, Marley, Galchester, upload.
For one foot in front of the other.
Big up Lock and Key Entertainment, big up Keys, the whole family. Don't know Bernard Ruckus Ace.
Let them see the energy. We are turning it up low by the enemy. Road clean with
enough love to all the fans of Hot Topic.
Let them see
next week, same time, same place.
energy. We are
Look
turning
forward
low by
to
the
interview
enemy.
for
Jealousy.
a female artist.
Yo, we know we supreme. Them can't stick a bet. Right now we living with dream. Cause every figures make style and we pattern now we flew and never incorrect names. So me intellect connect like an internet. We are make them see.
Until next week. It's the same time, the same place. Big up F for the whole family. Big up Jack Hill. Big up Veronica. Yeah man, Hot Topic. Until next week. Same time, same place.